Les and Ryan getting ready to go. They're going to show you some of the preparation things that you have to do in order to get ready to fly.
What time you got, Ryan?
It's about 7:16 right now, 7:14. What are you doing there, Les?
Cleaning the windshield.
You clean the windshield just like on a car so you can see as you fly, right?
Right. You know, I hate to run into somebody.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to run into somebody.
But it's entirely too early in the morning to be doing this. If I was at home, I'd be asleep by now. Unfortunately, we've got a long ways to go. Probably by about 11 o'clock this morning, we'll be in Rockford, spending about the night up there, and we'll be coming back tomorrow.
This is an air show of sorts, or a
It's more like a car show. Well, it's kind of like a plane show, actually.
bunch of group of the members of the organization you said you're in?
The International Cessna 12140 Club is going to be up here. Hopefully there'll be about 20 to 30 people show up. We'll all get together and show off our planes, talk about what we do and how we do it, give each other tips. It's more of a camaraderie, fellowship kind of thing.
Looks like it'll be a nice day for flying.
It's going to be a real good day. Actually, right now I wish it was a little warmer, but
yeah, it is a little chilly right now, about maybe what, 50 to 60?
it feels about 50 to 60. It's definitely not the weather for being wearing shorts.
Yeah, which is what I have on. Looked warmer outside whenever I came out of the house. Are you looking forward to this flight to Chicago, to Rockford?
I'll tell you, Ron, when I started out flying, my flight instructor said flying develops character. And that's a true fact. Because there's all kinds of characters that are in flying. But it does teach you a little bit about what you got, what you have to offer. See, once we take off, there's no one that we can call on to, you know, help us out of a jam. We'll be on our own. God, don't you love adventure?
That's why they call it the adventure of flying, right?
That's right. You know, maybe we'll get there and maybe we won't.
Did we get all the Sprite out of that can?
I hope so. I really hate to think that I poured Coke on my windshield.
It'd be bad to have a sugar-coated windshield when you get up there, wouldn't it?
Do you need this other one? Nah, I might as well pour that out. This on is a step that I made for the airplane. And for a lot of guys that have an airplane like this, the only way to get up here is to have a ladder. And I really didn't like that too much. So one day I took it out and I machined that. And that's a nice little step. It fits in the gear leg and works in there. It just does a dandy job.
That's a great idea. A little creativity, right?
Yep. If you're going to go through life, you might as well have a little style.
That's right. So you could say that being a pilot also helps you to be creative.
Yeah, that's right. Because, because when things go bad.
So now you have character and you have creativity.
You know, all those character building things we talked about earlier. Would you dispose of that for me?
Always keep the trash and litter picked up right where you've been.
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't want to leave anything behind. The fuel. You got two main tanks. And this thing that looks very much like a shot glass is actually a fuel checker. And if I had any contaminants like water, it would float to the bottom of this.
Oh, I see.
And see, if I had water in the fuel, I'd want to make sure I got all that out of there before I took off.
Now the fuel's in the wings.
Yeah, we got 12.5 gallons on each side.
The gas look okay?
Yeah, it's fine. But, you know, you always double check everything. You don't want to second guess. You always want to give yourself yourself an out. You know, always give yourself a reserve.
Sides.
Right. Plus, both these fuel tanks run down to the engine, and there's a main line that comes into here. And this is the lowest point on the airplane.
So you check that too.
Right, because that's the lowest part of the fuel system.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, that's nice and clear. Of course, the EPA will get onto me for pouring gasoline on the ground.
Oh yeah, well we won't tell them. Since you're not in the commercial business, you can probably get away with that.
Yeah. By the way, that fuel I just poured out was about $2 a gallon. So I'm a rich jet-setting playboy.
Makes the expensive car gasoline cheaper, doesn't it? Sound cheaper?
Yeah. I figure operational cost on the airplane is about $40 an hour.
$40 an hour. So when they charge you about that for flying, they're not really making a whole lot, are they? And before you can start it, you're doing what?
It's called pre-flight.
Pre-flight.
I want to make sure that all my control surfaces have got the safety pins in place. There's a little cutter key back here.
Oh yeah.
I also want to make sure that the controls are solid. Bearings aren't loose, the control doesn't shake. And then whenever I move this one up and down, that one over there is going in the opposite direction.
I see.
That way it makes the airplane turn. You also listen for cables, any slop in the cables there up in here. That's just a good idea to run your hand across the airplane because you find things like that.
What was it?
That's a pitot tube cover. That's to prevent, that's where the airspeed's at. Shows how fast the airplane's going. And that's on there to prevent spiders from crawling up in there and making a nest.
Uh-huh. So you couldn't tell your speed if a spider got in there, huh?
Yeah. See, you plug up the hole. Because those spiders, boy, they're good nest builders. And you want to visually check, make sure that your fuel caps are on. Make sure we don't have any weird bird nests in here. Also check your prop for any nicks. You know, if you pick up any kind of nick out here on this prop, this is just like a big tuning fork. When it's spinning, it'll cause a harmonic vibration out here. It's real bad. It can cause a fatigue crack. Whenever you're around an airplane, you always want to treat this thing like it's a big knife.
Like it's a big knife?
Knife.
Which is what it is, I guess, isn't it?
Basically what it is. It's pretty dull, but believe me, if that engine's turning, it'll cut you. These are little cutter keys that are preventing this cowling from opening up in flight. Not bad for an airplane that was built in '48.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't look like it's that old, does it?
Well, let me show you a before picture. Let me show you my other airplane.
Let's see that.
See that? This is what it used to look like. Quite a bit of difference, huh?
Yeah.
This is the same airplane. So, as you can see, it's went through a lot of cosmetic changes over the years.
I guess one thing about the planes is you can always keep them up and keep them looking new. Everything's replaceable. And
well, everything is replaceable for money. They quit making parts a long time ago, but there's still people out there that have things.
The book, A Quantum View, contrasts quantum science's theories of parallel worlds with the Christian Bible and is a good read for people of any age. Young adults seeking spirituality can gain a deeper understanding into achieving career goals and discovering the personal talents God has given them. The world needs who you were made to be.
It used to look like. Quite a bit of difference, huh?
yeah.
This is the same airplane. So, as you can see, it's went through a lot of cosmetic changes over the years.
I guess one thing about the planes is you can always keep them up and keep them looking new. Everything's replaceable. And
well, everything is replaceable for money. They quit making parts a long time ago, but there's still people out there that have things. And, you know, I mean, the airplane went up in value. When I first bought it, it was like $7,500, and I was up last Saturday, and the guy offered me $15,000 for it. So you know, the airplanes continue to go up a little bit. When he asked me if it was for sale, I said, nah.
You wouldn't want to let go of that, would you?
Well, you know, I just have to go out and buy another one. And then I give him all my good airplanes. But,
Those all seem okay.
yeah.
There's a lot to.
I never trust anybody.
There's a lot to check out before you go, isn't there?
Oh yeah. I always want to stack the deck in my favor.
I would agree.
Sorry, I'm supposed to hold it. As long as you stand there, I'll make sure that you don't get hit by this. Okay. That good stuff.
What's that do? Kind of prime it?
Yeah, what that does is that it helps the engine when it sits there overnight. You know, you kick it over 4 or 5 times, and it helps get the oil broke free and doesn't let anything stick. Makes it start a little quick. I'll show you how to get in the airplane. Go around to the other side. So take that hand, put it up here. That hand goes over here. Foot goes on that step. Put your butt in the seat. You can come. Okay, grab that seatbelt over there. Back to that. All the way back. Put this finger. Put that together and make it click. Okay. So when I grab this in, snug it down. These up here need to be around your neck. And then these little leather tags pull up on this. This will loosen your shoulder straps. And once we take off, go ahead and loosen those up. But on the takeoff and landing, I want you to keep these snug. Okay? These are just like the famous DJ headphones.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Bring this down, you put this right next to your lip. When you get ready to speak, just put your finger on the back, just hang it close to your mouth. That way it'll help us hear each other. All right. These little black things here are volume controls for each side of your headphones. These two go over there, one in the big hole and one in the small hole. Yeah. There's a phone number for Motel 6.
Is that an extra one?
Yeah. I'm gonna write it down for you.
And I'll give you a call and see how you guys are doing.
We'll give you a call tonight. Tell you that we made our destination. We're all checked in. We're all nice and warm and fuzzy.
We'd be pleased to know that.
Yeah.
I'll sleep better tonight if I know that you're up there and got there all right.
That's what it's all about, you know. Let's go out and have fun. If it's not gonna be fun, let's not do it.
For the prop. There we go. checking all the gauges and everything and making sure everything seems to be working properly in preparation for the liftoff. Turn around here in a minute and go to the right. This is where the runway is. Clearly starting to move down, turn around and head down the runway.